Have you ever woken up and you just feel like not good? You just feel like, I don't feel very good about myself. Maybe it's when you get dressed. Maybe it's when you go to the gym. Maybe it's when you're cooking in your kitchen, or maybe you just feel like that all the time. Well, if so, friends, this video is for you. Hi there, my name is Morgan Rysdon, and I'm the creator of Center Studio, where I teach people skills to feel more comfortable more often. And if you haven't already, friend, I would love if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, at the end, if you like it, I'd love if you would hit the like button and then share it with your friends. So this video was inspired because recently I began working with a young woman. Of course, all my lessons right now are online due to the pandemic, and it was after probably about 3 or 4 of these private lessons with this particular student that she shared with me these kinds of feelings that I've heard before. So it's not the first time, they've been echoed by other people. And so I wanted to make a video about this. It's about one's worth, one's value. And this student used a word that was pretty harsh. She used a word, I think it was disgust. And I thought that was a pretty dramatic word, and at the same time, I think when she was writing it was just sort of reflections she was having, and in her experience, I have these thoughts that sort of come through my body, and one of which is disgust. And it really stuck out to me because I think that oftentimes we don't really consider the person who we spend the most time with, which is ourselves, right? The thoughts that we have in our head when no one else is speaking, when we're not distracted by work or outside external things. We spend a lot of time with our own thoughts. And if our thoughts are ones of, I am not worthy, I'm not good enough, I am disgust or disgusting, whatever, the thought is, or similar, right? That's not going to make us want to be upright and open and expansive. That is going to invite our bodies to pull in, to tighten, to compress. Therefore, in some cases, causing pain and discomfort. And there's a wonderful video that illustrates this so much better than I'd be able to tell you. So I'm going to make sure to link to that below. It's a video that was created by IKEA. So we all know the shop IKEA. And this was, I think, specifically with regard to the idea of bullying in schools. So what they did is they got 2 plants, and the plant was essentially the same. It was an identical plant, of course, from IKEA, and they brought it into a school. And they gave it the same environment, the same sunlight and opportunity for water and etc. The difference was the sign that they put on the plants and the way that they encouraged the students in this school to talk with these plants. And the one they were supposed to compliment and talk to kindly and lovingly, and then the other one they were told to essentially bully. And after a period of time, you can imagine, friends, where this is headed, right? The one plant was beautifully upright, was at its best. It looked amazing, just like the day it was bought, in fact. And the other plant was a pretty sad sight. It was completely deflated, if we can use that word. And it was kind of hung over on itself, droopy, it wasn't thriving. We are no different than a plant. And in some ways, we're even... we might be even affected even more by that, right? Because I don't know that a plant has thoughts about themselves, but just other people's words impact them that way. And what if those words were coming not just from external, but from ourselves? That's a lot. And so I always suggest to students to stop and really consider the thoughts that they have repeatedly going through their mind on a day-to-day basis. Because we don't often realize, oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, that was dumb. Oh, why did I say that? Oh, and it's little. It's like, some might even say not that important. But I'm going to suggest it is important because those things add up. So what I suggest is always have an alternative. So what I mean by this is set yourself up for success with something ready to replace it with. It's kind of like if you're somebody who's ever experienced weight loss, you don't want to be in a situation where you're going to be hungry without food. You want to have healthy alternatives. You've got your veggies or your little side of nuts and seeds or whatever, but you don't want to end up all of a sudden hungry and the nearest thing to you is, like a bakery where you're going to get a whole bunch of croissants, okay? So you want to set yourself up for success, and with this, I'm going to suggest it can be a saying. Something that you believe to be true or that you want to feel moving forward. So for my student, I think she picked I am enough. like it is what it is and I'm enough and that's okay. And so that was what she replaced every thought she had. So you could do that with something similar, like I am worthy, I am important, or I am beautiful, I am smart. Whatever it is that you feel like you're always saying the opposite of, that's kind of a good way to start, is with, whatever it is that you don't say. Oh, I'm so stupid. Then you say, oh, I'm so smart. And you could also try putting up Post-it notes. So if you think that you might not be remembering to do this often, you could just put some Post-it notes up around your house, wherever you find yourself spending the most time during your day. And that way you'll be reminded that when you're, in the bathroom and you're brushing your teeth and you're thinking about, that was dumb, I forgot to send that whatever off. Then you'll look at the Post-it note and you'll say, well, that's okay. I've got it next time. Like, it's okay, whatever I'm doing. I'm doing the best that I can, and then move on. So that you always have a thought to replace the negative thought that's immediate, that's automatic, and usually without a lot of consciousness. Because in the end, friend, those thoughts are going to encourage you to be more upright and to be more expansive and open. And again, that's all that Alexander Technique is encouraging us to be, to go back to our most natural upright positions that we all deserve to be in and that our bodies know and love to be in. And again, that's also going to avoid getting you in places where you're uncomfortable, where you're compressing and tightening your body unnecessarily, and therefore, in a lot of cases, causing discomfort and pain. So the goal is to keep you away from pain as often as possible. So if you'd like, give this a try on your own. And of course, you can always come back and leave some comments, or if you have questions, you could also put them down below. Okay, if you haven't already, friends, I'd love if you'd subscribe. And of course, you can like the video too on your way out. Okay? Until next time, friends, take care. Ciao.